All right, we've made it to the final episode of this series. Over these past episodes, we've covered everything from our approach to websites that turn visitors into clients, to weighing the investment of outsourcing, to what it's actually like working with by Emily Jane. So now I want to talk about something that doesn't get enough attention when it comes to web design. And that's a different kind of ROI that's harder to measure, but just as important. It's the impact of having a website you actually feel good about. Because sometimes the biggest change isn't what the site does, it's about how you see yourself represented. Let me explain. Think about the last time someone asked where they can find you online. For a lot of business owners, that question brings a tiny moment of dread. Maybe you hand them your business card or send them to your social, but deep down, you're praying they don't actually check out your site. I remember chatting with a podcaster named Leah, and that's exactly how she felt. Even though she was doing meaningful work she was proud of, she avoided sending people to her site because she felt like it didn't do her justice. But after doing a revamp together, that all changed. These days, her website's the go-to place for everything in her business, from sharing her work to building passive income streams. It reflects her personality, her values, and now she's actually excited for people to visit it. Wouldn't it be awesome if instead of feeling awkward or unsure, you were secretly hoping someone would ask for your website so you could have an excuse to show it off? Because it finally feels like you. It reflects what you do in a way that clicks with the people you want to reach. And that switch can have a big impact on how you show up and how others respond. Something else people don't expect is that going through the design process can sometimes push you to better define what you offer, who you serve best, and how you want to present yourself. And that clarity doesn't just live on your website. It spills over into your marketing, your conversations, all of it. Plus, a well-built website saves you time and energy. Fewer emails explaining the same things, less back and forth, less wondering if your site is turning people off before they even get in touch. Another great example is Alexis, a coach we worked with. When she first reached out, she didn't have a central place to send people, just a bunch of scattered landing pages that didn't really give clients the full picture. It worked okay, but it didn't feel clear or cohesive. Now she's got a proper site that finally pulls everything together, and it's made a huge difference. It's easy to share, it walks people through her offers, and it helps do the selling. And one thing she said I thought was super interesting is that launching new services is so much easier now because she's not starting from scratch every time. The site gives her a solid base she can keep building on. Here's what I want for you. I want you to have a website that feels like putting on your favorite outfit. The kind of website that makes you stand a little taller. A kind that gives you that extra boost and supports your dream business. When you know your website's doing its job, you just show up differently. You pitch those bigger clients. You raise your rates. You try new ideas. Because now you've got something that backs you up 24/7, showing the world exactly who you are and what you're capable of. So if you've been trying to decide if it's worth it to revamp your website right now, I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like to finally have a site I'm proud to send people to? What would change if my website actually felt like an asset instead of a weak spot? How much time, energy, and stress would I save if my site was already doing the heavy lifting for me? Because that's what we're really talking about here. Having a tool that supports you. If you're ready to make that change, I'd love to chat about your project. Just fill out our client application and I'll send you a direct video reply with my thoughts on your site and what your next steps might look like. Thank you so much for hanging out with me throughout this series. I hope it's helped you feel more confident about tackling your website situation, whatever that might be. And if we end up working together, heck yeah, I can't wait to see what we're going to create.